Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another book club. I am the Rat, and this is The Rat's Nest. I'm joined as always by Trevor. Say hi, Trevor.
Hello.
Today, we're back with JoJolion. We totally did not just record the last episode. This is totally a completely different recording session. Today, we are discussing Paper Moon King, or Paper Moon Deception, as it's called. But it's Paper Moon King. And then we have I Am a Rock. So, two sections. Overall, Trevor, what do you think of these two little arcs here? These two fights?
Yeah, we only were introduced to like two new stands, right? We had we had only two new enemy stands, but three total. We got a Paper Moon King, King Nothing, and then I Am Rock.
Yeah.
And you know they all have like completely different powers. You know, Paper Moon King is like you touch a piece of origami and I'm not entirely sure exactly
it
what
removes
it does
your
because
ability
it does
to
multiple
distinguish
things.
things.
But yeah, but like there's also like I'm pretty sure he folded an origami into like a banana at one point in time, and somebody slipped on it too.
I'll have to go back and see that. Or did he fold a banana peel into a piece of origami and someone slipped?
I don't know.
Because I think the origami retains
I remember
the
something about a
principles of
banana.
I'll have to go back and look at that.
I remember a banana being involved somewhere. But,
Paper Moon King's ability is
you
touch the origami, you lose your ability to distinguish things.
Yeah. And the most important thing from the arc comes from the very first panel in Paper Moon Deception, chapter 23. We get to learn that Yasuho is a sea cub. Most important thing.
Most important thing.
That's it. That's JoJo's. Yeah. That's
canon. That's canon.
That's all of JoJo. That's all of JoJo's, right?
We get to learn her measurements, bro. That's sick. That's sick, honestly.
Exactly.
Araki is he gets it. He gets it.
He does.
I think he wrote JoJolion for that
moment.
moment. I think he wrote JoJolion for that moment.
Yeah.
Because Yasuho is one of the best characters ever written, just in general ever, and so I think that this was written for her. I think.
Exactly.
But yeah, so Paper Moon King, you kind of already said. Overall, what'd you think?
I thought, I thought it was an interesting power, another thing with Paper Moon King. Okay, well, overall, right? I thought it was cool that we get to meet more of the family, and it was at this point in time where this is the third stand of the family, and it is pointed out that everyone in the family has stands with the word king in them. Mm-hmm. So far we have a California king bed.
Yeah.
Nut King Call.
Yeah.
And this one, which is Paper Moon King, and then finally King Nothing. So those out of all the stands that we've seen, they all have king in them, and it is confirmed that they all will have king in them. So you know that's a
Did it say that in the manga?
Cool thing.
Or is that something Kyle and I slipped?
Yeah. No, Tsurugi said it.
Oh, okay. I thought of Tsurugi just said that all them have stands. I guess I read over the part where he was like, "Oh yeah, they all have king." Yes, they do. That's absolutely true. They do. I didn't know that they revealed that in the manga. At least
I'm pretty sure they did. I mean,
you knew it, so I assume they did.
I distinctly remember reading it. Yeah.
I don't. That's not something that Kyle and I would just casually mention. I don't think.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so.
Yeah,
overall,
it's a pretty simple arc. You have Yasuho is pulled down by Tsurugi. You learn that Tsurugi is actually male, and that the Higashikatas, they just they dressed their eldest child as a girl to help ward off curses, right? Funny.
Even though it doesn't help, and they know it doesn't help.
Well, it does help because they keep doing it.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Well, look, Norisuke had it.
No,
and
they confirm.
Dude,
It's not the oldest.
No, dude, we
it's
see.
Not the oldest male child.
See that
it's
Norisuke,
the firstborn child.
We see that
regardless of
Norisuke
gender.
was dressed up as a girl, and he's doing fine right now. So there has to be something to it, Trevor.
No.
There has
it
to be
happens
something
regardless
to
of
it.
gender. No, the thing happens
we
regardless of
haven't
gender.
seen
They
Finboy
get the
Jobin
disease
yet,
no
and I
matter what.
don't know if we will see Finboy Jobin, but he's doing fine right now, supposedly.
Oh,
So
he's dressed as a
something's
Finboy.
working.
He's
Look,
not a Finboy.
Tsurugi's fine
Have you
so
met him?
far. Nothing's wrong with Tsurugi.
Well, yeah, that's because Tsurugi is 9 years old, not 11.
That's true. Tsurugi is
It's also
2 years
weird how
old.
they
Tsurugi
keep-
is
they
9
keep
years old. Tsurugi is 10 years old. Tsurugi is 2 years old. That's so true. In the original...
It's weird. They say oh yeah, we always get the disease at 10. And then later it's changed to, oh no, we said 11 the entire time. I'm just like, wait, what?
In the original publication of JoJolion, like on that first page where we see the Higashikata family, like whenever like Josuke like comes to the house for the first time, like legit Tsurugi is introduced as 2 years old. Like that's the age that's
I mean, it's been 8 years in the past 33 chapters.
Also, fun
23
fact.
chapters.
I didn't know this because I didn't notice on my first. Like whenever it shows all the family, you can see Jobin, like he's there, and then like the next chapter, like he's not there because like I remember like, oh yeah, he's present for the first third of the story, or he's absent for the he is so present, isn't he?
Yeah,
he has been so I was like, oh yeah, he's absent for like the first third of the story, but no, you can see him there. So I thought that was funny. I was like that's odd. Yeah. But yeah, so Paper Moon King, so Tsurugi's actually a guy. Yasuho is trying to escape, but Tsurugi, like, she's trying to meet up with Josuke. She goes out, she can't distinguish faces. There's Monkey D. Luffy. She almost gets sexually assaulted in a taxi. She does get sexually assaulted by Joshu because she mistakes him for
gosh,
Josuke.
I hate that guy now.
Dude, but he has Nut King Call, dude. It's such a cool stand.
No, but dude, like at first I was like, oh, he's just supposed to be the Osyaku character. Right, he's there, and he's like, kind of a buffoon, but he's lovable for it, right? and then he just keeps getting worse and worse. He just keeps getting worse and worse.
Ah, Joshu. Yeah, so he kind of sexually assaults Yasuho, or attempts to. We have no clue how big his penis is, which is devastating for me, I think. We get to see Yasuho whack him on the head. Josuke is being affected by Paper Moon King as well. But Yasuho is like having a mental breakdown. She goes to her mom's house. We find out her mom is a gamer. But then like she can't figure out her mom. Like she has no clue who she is. And so then it's like devastating for Yasuho. And then it's just like traumatizing. So she asks Tsurugi to just take her back. And so they go back. And that's Paper Moon King basically. It's a fun little arc. I mean, I think that I like Yasuho a lot as a character. And so I think that it's always good to get to see her and get to see her character do stuff. And then, we also get to see Josuke. And then Yasuho and Josuke almost meet up again, but they still haven't seen each other, which is kind of funny. And so then we get, it's a fun little arc. I quite like Paper Moon King. It's a nice little arc,
Yeah.
And then after that, we have I Am a Rock. It leads pretty directly into I Am a Rock. Overall, what do you think of I Am a Rock?
So that's cool. We got our introduction into the rock humans.
Yeah.
And
also to a certain little spiky little fruit.
Yeah. It's obviously very important.
No, I don't think it's going to be very important at all. I don't think it is. I don't think it's going to be important.
No, dude, it's got to be important.
Why?
Be important.
Why?
Because it's pink. Dude, it's pink and it's spiky. That's not a normal fruit, dude. Fruit don't look like that.
How do you know? Have you ever seen a fruit before?
Dude, the fruit is a stand user. Obviously. Dude, everyone knows if there is somebody or something in JoJo with spikes on it, it's a stand user.
That's true. No, because we've seen Yotsuyu had spikes on him, and he was a stand user. And then we see spikes on Jobin. Well, we don't know about Jobin. Jobin might not be a stand user.
I'm pretty sure he is. Right?
Dude,
if he's not now, he will
we've
be
never
soon.
seen Jobin use a stand.
If he's not now, he will be soon.
We've never seen Jobin use a stand.
Well, we're not all the way through I'm Rock yet, so we haven't even seen Jobin yet, technically.
That's so true. That's so true.
We still have a minute before that.
So I'm a rock. Josuke is going to go interrogate Tsurugi, right? And then Norisuke comes out and is like, yo, what are you doing? And Josuke's like, I'm going to interrogate Tsurugi. And Norisuke's like, okay, you can ask me questions. So we figure out, right, basically, that Norisuke, 1, knew Yoshikage Kira, right? 2, did not kill Yoshikage Kira. And 3, needed Yoshikage Kira. So there's some connection there. That's kind of odd, isn't it? That's kind of bizarre that there's some connection there. I can't remember exactly what all was said, which is why I can't really say more about that. But I think that I really liked Norisuke's character throughout I'm a Rock. I think he is a cool little guy, right? Because we don't really see much of him before this, but now we get to see that he's like, he's quite a genuine guy who just genuinely wants to help his family, right? I think that is cool.
Yeah.
He's being very open and honest with Josuke. You know, I really like that. He's like, yeah, I'm going to answer your questions the best that I can. You know, that kind of thing. He's like, you know, like, I think of you as my son, that kind of thing. It's nice. I quite like Norisuke. And so they go out. They're going to ask Tsurugi some questions. But Josuke feels a little touchy on him. And that's like, uh-oh, that's kind of odd. What is that? Objects are being attracted to them. But only to Josuke. And then Josuke's like, oh, we're under attack, right? Something's going on here. It goes on. They figure out that there is a certain man named Yotsu Yagiyama, I think is his name. Yotsu is Yotsu, right? Whatever. And he is a rock human, and he has a stand. I'm a rock, and I quite like I am a rock's design. I think that he's funky. He got the legs, bro. Bro is stanced up constantly, you know. I quite like.
I don't remember what the stand looks like.
I'll send you a picture.
Click through it too. No. I'm
Okay,
right there.
But yeah, so I quite like the stand design for I Am a Rock. He's quite stanced up, got that little cactus awe head. Basically,
yeah.
Yotsu touches you, he can assign something to be then attracted to you that will then seek towards your eternal organs. Right? It's a pretty good stand. It's pretty solid, especially when combined with his rock human ability to, you know, turn his outer skin into rock. He can hide really well. They aren't able to find him until later. And finally, Josuke corners him, gets him with him. They jump into the ocean. Josuke gets Norisuke to throw in nets, right? And Josuke kind of wraps him up, and they're talking a little bit. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you, Josuke. He says some stuff that's like, oh, I got you before, but Yoshikage Kira got in the way. And that's like, well, that's odd, isn't it? Maybe referencing the other person that makes up Josuke. That's kind of weird. And so then we get Josuke takes the air out of his lungs with soft and wet, which is like, okay, that's pretty based. And then
it's really
Yotsu
showing
dies.
how powerful soft and wet is.
Yeah, it's like, uh-oh. Hope you
also,
didn't. Dude, soft and wet solos every Hamon user.
Oh yeah, basically.
You were saying?
But yeah. So we get another really important panel, and that is it's a panel of Josuke with the fire in his eyes.
Oh,
so,
kind of like
he is definitely a Joestar. He's got that Johnny Joestar certified willingness to kill somebody.
He's got that Johnny Joestar.
That classic Joestar charm.
Yeah, the classic Joestar. I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, I'm willing to kill someone right now.
Dude, I can't believe Josuke's in the true man's world. That's crazy.
He is in the true man's world.
That's so true. He didn't even need to kill Ringo Road again to get there. That's crazy. I guess that's just the Joestars for you, because Johnny didn't need to kill him to get there either, but Gyro did. That's because Gyro was a stinky poo-poo head. He was a bad character, you know?
I'm gonna have to agree with that one. Yeah, Gyro sucks.
True.
I hate him.
I knew you would. But yeah, so we also see this arc that Yotsuyu, like, So the reason Tsurugi attacked Yasuho and Josuke was because Yotsuyu was like, I'm going to kill Josuke. Lure him here. I'm going to take care of him. Right? And so Tsurugi's trying to be like, but Josuke was like, look, like, I'm not giving up Josuke. Right? I'm going to protect my family. That obviously, and like that's going to include Josuke. Right? I'm not just going to give him up. We get to see Norisuke stand King Nothing, which is basically Moody Blues, but
Moody Blues?
It's
you mean Moody Jazz? I think.
Moody
I
Jazz.
Think Moody Jazz.
I'm so sorry. Moody Jazz, but it is different. Moody Jazz creates replays of people. King Nothing, like, can track sense.
Yeah, it's
kind of visualized similarly, where it's like retracing the steps. But I think we can see the main difference with it at the end of I Am a Rock. What kind of Josuke go to the Higashikata fruit parlor at the end of I Am a Rock, right? Where we see Jobin drop his little handkerchief, and King Nothing automatically tracks onto it, and we see the little spiky fruit. And it's like, well, uh-oh. Seeing that scene and remembering that, I was like, well, it is pretty distinct from Moody Jazz. In the end game, it is pretty distinct from Moody Jazz, but it is similar. I mean, I really like it. I think it's very interesting. I love its design, dude. Part 8 stands. I love the design of Part 8 stands.
I mean, they've all been like really good so far.
I really did. Do you remember Fun's design, where it's like the little spider dude?
Yeah, with a little water spider.
Yeah, the little spider dude. I love that. That's awesome. I think he's just a fun little guy. Soft and Wet is, dude. I mean, bro looks like he could beat someone to death with a shovel. Bro really looks like he could beat someone to death with a shovel.
He wouldn't have to. He just have to like take out his blood's ability to hold oxygen. That's all he would have to do.
Soft and Wet. Remove his what's like a primal function of the human body? Remove his body's ability to produce light.
To produce light?
Yeah, all human bodies produce light. It's just really faint. You can't see it.
That wouldn't really do that much though.
Yeah, but then you could they wouldn't be able to see it afterwards.
Well, I mean, technically, if you want to get technical, if you did say that, right, then that would remove his ability to give off infrared radiation, and so your internal organs would boil.
Lol. So Soft and Wet is kind of
ability of homeostasis. That's what you're looking for.
Soft and Wet remove his heterosexuality. Yeah, Soft and Wet is kind of good. Soft and Wet is a pretty good stand, you could say.
It is.
But yeah. So I'm a rock, and then we get Josuke go to the Higashikata fruit parlor, which we get to see Norisuke takes Josuke to the fruit parlor, the famous Higashikata fruit parlor. And while they're in there, they're looking at everything Norisuke is telling about him, and he's talking about the flow. There's the flow of the people. There's the flow of the eatery. There's the flow of the shop. There's flows everywhere. Guys, it's flows, guys, it's flow now, guys. Fate, gravity, I don't know what any of that is. Guys, it's flow now. Guys, it's flow, guys. Trust me, guys, it's flow now. But you got there's a flow of everything, right? I don't know if you've noticed, Trevor, flow is kind of a buzzword in Part 8. I don't know if you noticed it from how it's, emboldened in red, like you said, or how whenever the word flow is mentioned, Kyle and I will pog like we do whenever someone says like bizarre or crazy noisy. I don't know
spin,
if you,
or Hamon or JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Part 7 Soft and Wet.
That is the name of the part, isn't it? That's so true.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed that flow is a buzzword, but it is. It is the funny buzzword. So flow, and then we get introduced to a certain Jobin Higashikata. What are your first impressions of Jobin, Trevor?
Okay, so my first impression of Jobin was he's got funny little scars on his face, dude. What was that about? What was that about?
It's a design choice.
Yeah. I mean, if there is like a physical reason, yeah, I would assume that it would be scarring from him getting the rock disease because he is the eldest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then he's got little spiky little things on his hair too.
Yeah.
That's funky.
So maybe he has a stand. We're one
Yeah,
for one
probably.
right
He's
now
got spikes.
with spiky people having a stand. So maybe he has a stand. Maybe he has a stand because his son was like, yeah, everyone in our family has stands with the name King in it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he has a stand because of that. I don't know. Maybe he'll have a stand like that. I don't know. But yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, I think he's interesting. He comes back. He gives Josuke a stag beetle, which is worth like $1,000, which I think is pretty based. And then they're walking away. Jobin drops a handkerchief or whatever. And as we said, King Nothing automatically tracks onto it. And there's a spiky fruit. So that's kind of odd. Jobin is kind of an odd character so far, would you say? A bit bizarre.
Yeah. He really is a quite an enigma.
Oh, enigma? No freaking way.
Yeah.
No freaking
a bit of a puzzle, you know.
Dude, he's a bit of a mysterioso, dude. That's crazy.
It's so true. he is a mafioso.
That is exactly what I said. That's so true, Trevor.
He's
so wise.
Dude, he's the equivalent of Giorno.
Dude, no way. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, it's him, dude. It's him. It's Haruno Higashikata. Have you ever heard us mention Haruno Higashikata?
No.
Yeah. You know the Goobers and Screens office? Like the background of the office? You know the Nigerian flag with the anime character on it?
Yeah.
That's Haruno Higashikata. Haruno Higashikata is a funny character which totally exists in JoJolion, where... So you know Josuke is half Kira, half someone else, right?
Yes.
Well, Haruno is the other halves of both of them. He's a fan favorite. And he totally exists.
I don't believe you.
Haruno Higashikata's famous line. Haruno Higashikata's famous line of, "I don't know who I am, Josuke, but I know I'm your brother." Dude, I love Haruno so much. He's easily my favorite character.
So true. I can't wait to meet him.
Can't wait to meet him, dude. And his namesake is Giorno, dude. He's actually the Giorno equivalent of this universe. There's no other Giorno equivalent whatsoever. Certainly no one getting rich in the subtropical islands. Certainly no one.
Exactly.
Certainly no one getting rich. So, but yeah. We meet Jobin. That's very interesting. Jobin's probably my favorite JoJolion character, with Yasuho being a very close second. I'm very much looking forward to the rest of JoJolion. So, with this said, now we can read the next two arcs of JoJolion. They're pretty good. I kind of like them. So, any last words you want to say about I Am a Rock or Paper Moon King?
No. Oh wait, I did notice while I was looking back through the rock fruit, right? As in the fruit that the architect had, right? It sank, which means it's denser than water, and most fruits do not do that. So that's interesting.
Odd.
Right there.
It's very odd.
It is odd, which means it itself is probably also made of rock.
It's odd.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Well, if you're this far in the video, obviously there's 70 likes. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling us which one of these two arcs you prefer more. And yeah. And so we will. I don't know what video's next. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.